Coming up on Fresno State Focus, a springtime event becomes a Bulldog tradition.
Plus, find out how Fresno State students are broadening their horizons. Hello, I'm Super Sirianon.
And I'm Kristen Furtado. Food, fun, and games. This year's Vintage Days was one for the books. Diana Aguilera has more on the story.
It's that time of the year once again. Thousands of people showed up at Vintage Days, making this year's event a huge success. This spring tradition offers a variety of food, games, concerts, and craft booths. Not only adults enjoy the 3-day celebration, kids get to have their fun too. 11-year-old Taryn Morin looks forward to this event every year.
I like seeing all the arts and crafts, how unique and how everybody builds stuff. And I also like going on the blow-up rides and stuff.
Vintage Days is a great opportunity for the community to come together and see what Fresno State has to offer. ASI President Arthur Montejano says people get to see a different side of students.
We're showing off some of our cooking talent, some of our game playing talent, and a lot of our creativity. And families can come out here and get to experience Fresno State, and for a lot of them, it's their first introduction. So who knows, we've got some future Bulldogs out there most likely.
Many clubs and organizations depend on the money raised at Vintage Days to keep their clubs up and running. Kappa Sigma member Tyler Clark says it also helps break certain stereotypes people have on students.
Small things like this, like college kind of has a reputation for parties and all that stuff, but the fun stuff comes from doing stuff like this.
If you missed out on the fun, Fresno State invites you to come next year to this free event. Diana Aguilera, Fresno State Focus.
In part of Diversity Week, the Persian Studies Cultural Club put on a fashion show. Jennifer Campos has more on the story.
Today to enjoy a diverse show about religious and cultural attire.
As part of Diversity Week, the Persian Studies Cultural Club put on an event called Making the Strange Familiar. The event consisted of ethnic apparel being modeled down a runway from various cultures, in addition to artifacts from each culture on display and ending in a question and answer panel. Anand Jar, president of Punjabi Sikh Awareness Society, says not only are they putting on a fashion show, but also raising awareness.
A way to promote diversity through clothing because we're also doing PowerPoint presentations, so we're tying in history and culture and religion all in one. And the fashion show is just a way as a means of entertainment, and the PowerPoint is more knowledge-based, more facts and information.
The cultures that were represented was the Middle East, Persia, and India. Student Zachariah Saad hopes attendees will have a better understanding of each culture and religion that is being discussed.
Just to hopefully remove any misconceptions, just to see that other groups are diverse and similar in different ways.
Right behind these doors, Fresno State students are being exposed to a diverse array of different cultures and religions here on campus. Through pictures and models of different types of clothing, we're able to see different cultures represented.
Persian model Amanda explains her attire that is worn for traditional weddings and when attending church.
This is basically called a tuni. You can cover your head with it, put it on the side around your neck. And then this is actually the top called kameez, and the length's always about shoulder length. And then you have the salwar, which is kind of like Aladdin pants, and they're worn very.
For more events or information about the Persian Studies Cultural Club, you can like them on Facebook. Jennifer Campos, Fresno State Focus.
Fresno State's Henry Madden Library invited volunteers to serve as book givers for World Book Night. The event takes place nationwide. More than 500,000 books will be given away for free. World Book Night promotes reading in the community by donating books to those in need. Volunteers, also known as book givers, receive 20 copies of a book to give away to non-readers in local communities. Authors across the country donated books and waived their rights. Their goal is to give out free books and encourage people to read.
Every year, 17 Magazine picks 15 freshmen to give readers the real scoop on college life. Fresno State's own Caitlin Sims was among the chosen ones. Sim writes about her experience as a first year at Fresno State. She shares tips to girls all over the world to make the most out of their college experience. While writing for the magazine, Sim says she has received positive feedback from girls who relate to her. You can read her blogs and watch her videos on the magazine's website under name Kate.
Last Thursday, Fresno State students got to visit countries around the world without even having to leave campus. Here's more on the story. Fresno State's Study Abroad and International Exchanges Department collaborated with USU Productions to host the first ever Study Abroad Fair. Students checked in, received a passport, and set off on a quick journey across the globe. Event volunteer Ian Whiting has taken a course abroad in Germany, and he recommends that students take the chance to study abroad.
It's such a wonderful opportunity, not just for having it like on a resume or on your credentials, but just for the experience, meeting new people, seeing a completely different culture.
The tables at the fair showed students the opportunities that are available in countries all over the world, such as China, the Netherlands, and many more. Fresno State student Peter Boa says he appreciates the cultural awareness this event has to offer.
It gives a lot of students a better view of traveling, trying to experience the world out there and meet people and see what's the difference between each culture, diversity. That's mainly the whole thing about this event today.
Bianca Rose Magalang from USU Productions says that the turnout was much greater than they had anticipated it to be. The event crowd grew even larger than it already was when a number of local restaurants gave students a chance to take the cultural diversity firsthand.
So different foods that highlight from different countries, such as international foods all around the world.
In addition to the food sampling, students who attended the Study Abroad Fair were able to play games, win prizes, and get free items. Mass Communications and Journalism student Allison Faulkner says she missed her chance to study abroad since she is graduating this semester, but she plans to travel in Europe for 2 months this summer.
I just want to grow as a person and have a better perspective and just come back and be able to, I guess, appreciate what I have more here and just learn from it.
If you'd like more information on the study abroad opportunities that are available on campus, pack your bags and head over to the Family and Food Science Building, room 119. Kristen Furtado, Fresno State Focus. Being a full-time college student can be a stressful job. Some Fresno State students are able to make the experience a little more tolerable by incorporating their hobbies with their studies. Here with us today is Tu Yang, a Mass Communications and Journalism student who has used his hobbies to help choose his career path at Fresno State. Thank you for joining us, Tu.
My pleasure.
And how did your hobbies and passions help you decide what you wanted to do in school?
It's sort of like I've always been more into the arts. I really like education in general, but I feel like creativity really helps you incorporate, concepts into practice.
Okay, so do you think because you're studying something that's a passion of yours, are you more successful?
Yeah, most definitely. Because I have more passion, I have more drive to do it. I'm not just doing it just to get the degree, just to get that job, I'm doing it for myself. I'm doing it for the sake of just loving what I do.
Mm-hmm. So what other hobbies are you able to find time for while you're a full-time student?
A lot of things, actually. I'm into cars, I'm a grease monkey. Music, of course, dance, love to dance, can't sit still, sports, art, making films, a lot of stuff.
So what advice would you give to other college students that are maybe having trouble picking a path to take for school?
For me, it's like explore what you want to do. Really sit down and think about, whether or not you want to do something or you're willing to do something. Mm-hmm. It's more of what you're able to chase and what's really going to benefit you in the future.
Okay, well, thank you for joining us today. We've been talking with Tu Yang, and we thank you again for coming.
Community service is a great extracurricular activity. Fresno State has many community service clubs on campus, and reporter Ashley Monk takes a closer look at one of these clubs.
If you're a student and want to get involved in community service, look no further than Fresno State's Tom's Club. Tom's is a well-known shoe brand that donates shoes to individuals who can't afford them. Blake Mikowski, founder of Tom's brand, has the motto "One for One," something that Tom's Club is also ran by. Tom's Club president Josue Gutierrez is proud to be part of the organization.
This idea that Blake created for the company, that we can implement the same idea here in our community.
Tom's Club member Diana Vargas says her favorite event was adopting a family.
And we paid for their Thanksgiving dinner, and we went to their house and we gave them the food, and then they were very generous, and they even asked us if we wanted to eat with them.
Tom's member Cora Cha says the cause for the club is great, but that's not the only thing that keeps her coming back each semester.
Honestly, I think it was the friendship that I grew with each one of them. I became really close with them. We hang out all the time.
Tom's Club meets once a week in the USU. Vice President Nina Moreno says that they try to go out into the community as much as they can.
For sure, we want to do at least 2 times a month. 3 or 4 would be amazing.
Living up to Tom's motto, their ongoing project is making bracelets for the Children's Hospital. For every bracelet sold, the Tom's Club will donate a bracelet to a child here at the Children's Hospital, each with a special message inside. Ashley Monk, Fresno State Focus.
Coming up next, the track and field team takes their mark at their meet at Buchanan High School.
Plus, Fresno State has its first dance marathon to raise money for a nonprofit organization. Will this be the start of an annual fundraiser? Stay tuned for sports with Vanessa Veramontes.
Are you hooked? Ladies all over the Central Valley are hooked on Charming Charlie. Charming Charlie sells all kinds of fabulous accessories, from toe rings to sunglasses and trendy handbags to sparkling lanyards. And let's not forget about their fabulous boot line. It's the one-stop shop for all your fall favorites. Charlie's friendly charmers are here to assist you with all your fashion needs, so get hooked on Charming Charlie, located off Shaw at the Fashion Fair Mall.
Welcome back to Fresno State Focus. I'm Vanessa Veramontes. You may have noticed that there's a growing international presence within the Fresno State Athletic Department. This year, 2 women from Germany joined the track and field team. We recently got to meet with one of them. Zach Edwards has the story.
Freshman year of college can be a tough time for anyone. But imagine spending yours in a foreign country. For Anna Marie Schwanz, a distance runner on the Fresno State track team, this is her reality.
Especially in the beginning was pretty hard. I didn't know anyone here and everything was so different than the language.
Originally from Germany, she's in her first year at Fresno State. Her first time on the campus was her first time in America.
In the beginning, I could barely speak English you have to really force yourself, okay, I talk to people now and I will speak English now.
But there's one question everyone has for an international student athlete. Why Fresno State? Schwanz received emails from 30 different U.S. schools, but chose to come to Fresno State along with friend and fellow runner Stella Kubosh.
California might be nice, and yeah, Fresno, and the coach is pretty nice too, so yeah, that's why I chose Fresno.
Distance running coach Scott McManus says Schwanz's high priority on academics was also a big factor in bringing her to the Valley.
With Anna Marie, for example, she's a straight A student. She was a 4.0 student last semester. She's studying engineering. Academics is very important to her.
Schwanz says she's been pretty happy with how things have gone in her first year in Fresno, but she's ready to see her family again.
I just booked my flight to back home for summer, so yeah, but it's a tough time just to be here for 10 10 months without seeing anyone at home.
Her parents have only been able to make it to Fresno for 1 weekend this school year. Outside of that, she's only seen them through Skype. But she hasn't let the homesickness affect her performance on the track.
For all this change in my life, and I did pretty good so far.
Zach Edwards, Fresno State Focus.
Students danced the night away in the Student Recreation Center for a good cause over the weekend. Josie Nava has more on the story.
State is a recognized university known for getting students involved in serving our community. This past weekend, a group of ambitious students known as ASI put together the Dance Marathon. The marathon helped raise money for the student-run Bulldog Pantry.
Executive Director Parmita Chaudhary says she was excited to inspire change on our campus.
I loved the idea of creating a tradition at Fresno State where all students come together to fundraise for something local. So that's kind of why we got it started. This year it's been a really concentrated effort between students from Fresno State Greek Life and students from ASI to make this event a reality.
After signing up and giving a small donation, students entered through here to join the Dance Marathon. The marathon started at 6 Saturday evening and lasted until 2 a.m. with different performances on stage throughout the night.
Kenny Ume, one of the MCs for the night, was also performing and says he wasn't nervous, but ready to get the night started.
I think it's gonna go good. I think it's gonna go all right. I've done this before.
Zumba instructors were also part of the performances, and student Lily Villarobis says that was the best part of the night for her.
It was a little awkward because no one was dancing, but after the Zumba instructors came, it was really fun.
It was a night filled with performances, dancing, and fun, all while inspiring change. Josie Nava, Fresno State Focus.
Here with me today is one of the directors from the Dance Marathon, Marilyn Cowley. Thank you for joining us, Marilyn.
Thank you for having me.
So tell me a little bit about how you got involved in the Dance Marathon.
You know what, I just saw an application online, and anything that says dance, I just hop on it because I've been a dancer my whole life. So I honestly thought I'd be dancing, and so I applied. And I found out that that's not what I would be doing before the Dance Marathon, but that's basically how I got involved. I just saw an application and I applied.
So I know I talked to you a little bit earlier about you having to market this to the students at Fresno State. Tell me a little bit about how you went about that.
That was a hard task to do because I think we have like 25,000 students. So I was trying to reach those students that don't necessarily always come on campus, kind of a thing. We had the Greek life under, under our belts. We had organizations because we just sent out a mass email, and then we had people just visit them individually. But we had a lot of stuff on campus for the past 2 weeks before the Dance Marathon where we had promo events, handing out free ice cream. We made ribbons to support the cause. So it was the promo events, and we sat at the rec center for like 4 hours each day. We went to the RDH. We were just all over the place trying to promote.
Okay, and this was to fundraise for Bulldog Pantry, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and did you guys have a certain goal in mind in raising money?
We really didn't have a certain goal in mind. Anything was great because they said the more money you fundraise, the longer we could stay open. So, it was just optimistic. But we did end up raising about $10,000 or more.
Great, and do you think that they'll make this an annual thing from here on out?
Yes, definitely. I'm already starting to plan for next year. I'm that excited for it.
All right, great.
Yeah.
Once again, we have been here with Marilyn Cowley, one of the directors of the Dance Marathon. Thanks for joining us, Marilyn. The Fresno State Club paintball team just returned from their last national championship tournament after starting the program only a year ago. Club president and team captain Michael Boothby decided to create the team, making it the second club team on the West Coast. The school utilizes the Greek system to recruit talent, but as the program is beginning to bring national attention to Fresno State, it has helped in recruiting incoming freshmen. The members say this past tournament was just the beginning of a long and successful road ahead for their team. That's all we have for sports today. Now back to Super Siri and Kristen.
Coming up, a new dance club at Fresno State is making a name for themselves.
Plus, Fresno State hosts their annual wine tasting event. That and much more when we return.
I am Fresno State, and I'm going to show you why. Here's the beautiful and newly constructed Henry Madden Library, which has a massive collection. The Save Mart Center, which is our sports venue and one of the best attended in the entire country. We're absolute pioneers in the agricultural sciences, having led to the production of the first university winery and drawing in a diversity of students to achieve academic success over the past 100 years. And you know, I wish I had time to tell you about everything else, but in reality, I think you're just going to have to come see for yourself.
You can't ignore the natural disasters that have hit America over the past month. There's been flooding in many states, and right now in Texas and California, wildfires have already destroyed over 1,000 homes. But there's something you can do to help. Please call 1-800-RED-CROSS and make a donation to the American Red Cross Disaster Relief. Call right now. I'll wait. Did you forget the number? Here. Go on, scoot. Thank you so much.
There are about a dozen different dance clubs on campus, and another has been added to the list. Viola Malone caught up with the crew as they prepare for their performance.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1.
Mixed Tricks Dance Club and Crew is a new student dance club here on campus. Only 2 years old, Mixed Tricks Dance Club and Crew, MTDC, or Mixed Tricks for short, has already begun making a name for itself on and off campus. MTDC hosts college tours for high school students, primarily at-risk youth.
We do a lot of different things. Outside of dance, we do community service work. So we're always involved in the community, helping out different organizations like Big Brothers Big Sisters and the Boys and Girls Club. We also have
Newest member and ROTC student Ronise Hamilton says the fact that Mixed Tricks does community service was a bigger push for her to join.
So becoming a part of Mixed Tricks Dance Crew, it really shows the diversity, and it heightens my awareness of the diversity on the Fresno State's campus.
Although she has only been a member of the dance crew for a few months, she has been able to perform at Vintage Days and during opening ceremonies for Diversity Awareness Week. If you enjoy dance and want to learn more about Mixed Tricks, you can visit them on Facebook or email them at mixedtricksdc@yahoo.com. Viola Malone, Fresno State Focus.
If you like your fried food seasoned with a kick and chewing your food isn't a requirement, then the Buffalo Wild Wings Eating Challenge is something you should consider. Thomas Donatelli has more on this story.
Everybody ready? 3, 2, 1, chew!
Just like that Vintage Days began, the week prior to the weekend-filled festival, Buffalo Wild Wings and 90.7 KFSR held its first wings eating contest. Business student Daniel Andresen knows a deal when he sees one.
It's really good. I mean, it's a free lunch, so that's for sure. And I mean, I can eat pretty fast. I didn't get the grand prize, but I got some sauces and some more Buffalo Wild Wings. So.
Advisor Josh Edrington for Vintage Days was out there promoting the annual event.
We do have some week of events kind of leading us up to the weekend of Vintage Days. We have the hot wing eating contest today with Buffalo Wild Wings. Tomorrow we have Y101 that'll be down here in the pit. And Thursday we're doing a mini Vintage Days preview event.
First-time contestant Tia Monet Vance had a tough time getting through all the wings.
It was fun and intense, competing against a bunch of guys.
Not all the contestants were rookies, though. Contestant Rogelio Roles participated in the actual Buffalo Wild Wings eating contest at the restaurant.
I've done it before. My fastest time was 1:05 back home, so 1:30 kind of slowed down, but it's all good.
And then there are contestants like Martin Hernandez who enjoy having fun.
It's cool, man. I thought it was actually going to be harder than it really was. It was hot, but it tasted good.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner for these contestants. They smoked their competition and they won Buffalo Wild Wings sauce. Thomas Donatelli, Fresno State Focus.
Here with me today is Jessica Harrington from Buffalo Wild Wings. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
How long have you been working at Buffalo Wild Wings?
I've been there since we opened, and we opened in January of 2011, so about 2.5 years, I think.
So when a viewer goes into Buffalo Wild Wings, what can they expect?
Loud music, good food, fun servers. There's a lot going on all the time. We have like 70 TVs in the entire restaurant, so every wall is covered with TVs.
Now, I heard about the spicy wing contest. Can you tell the viewers something about that?
Oh yeah, our blazing challenge. That is 12 of our traditional wings covered in our blazing sauce. You have 6 minutes to eat them. You get no drinks, no napkins, no dipping sauce. It's just you and the wings. And if you complete it, you get your picture on the wall. You get a headband that says that you completed the blazing challenge, and I think you get a 6 free wing coupon for the next visit.
Now, how many people have actually completed the contest?
There's actually a pretty good number of people who have completed it. I would say close to probably 500 since we've been open, but there's probably 3 times as many people who have attempted and not completed it.
So, other than the spicy wings flavors, what other flavors, well, what's your most popular flavor?
Okay, so we have 20 sauces, 16 sauces, 4 or 5 seasonings. And our most popular tend to be honey barbecue, the classic buffalo sauce, which is medium, spicy garlic. Some people like to do a spicier sauce, so mango habanero, and some people like to eat the blazing just for fun.
Now, what's your favorite flavor?
My favorite flavors have to be Asian zing and honey barbecue. They're both right in the middle, not too spicy and not too mild.
All right, I'm here with Jessica Harrington from Buffalo Wild Wings, and thank you again.
Thanks.
Do you enjoy a drive through the countryside and exploring new wines? Why not try Fresno State's own made wines? Crystal Hernandez has more on the story.
Fresno State hosted their annual wine tasting event. Guests got to enjoy Italian hors d'oeuvres from Sam's Italian Deli, along with some of Fresno State's farm products such as almonds, raisins, and olive oil were served. Fresno State's Viticulture and Enology program hosted a successful night with the introduction of 5 new wines made by Fresno State's own students. Graduating senior Lauren Billy says students spent all year making the wine for the program and event.
People get a chance to kind of become a part of the new wine club that Fresno State's having here, and it's a huge part of Fresno State campus that a lot of people don't know about.
Kevin Smith, Marketing and Business Director, says it all starts when the grapes come in October or November.
I'm here teaching marketing and business. The students will also be very involved in marketing the wines and managing the wine club and that sort of thing. So they're really going to get a very well-rounded education from bringing in the grapes to marketing the wine.
A marketing student used to sell the wine students make. Now she comes and enjoys the event.
I'm finally 21, so I actually get to taste the wine today, so it's pretty exciting.
Fresno State Winery 2013 and the graduating students.
Crystal Hernandez, Fresno State Focus.
Wine tasting?
To be honest, I have never been wine tasting before.
I have.
How do you like your wine?
Well, I get a jug or a box of Colorasi, pop in some Marvin Gaye, and let's get it on.
Well, that's it for us. Fresno State Focus returns next semester with more stories about Fresno State.
Thank you for watching.